Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this program. Now, Barb, one of the biggest challenges for home sellers is that classic catch-22, having a house to sell before they buy their next home. So, how do homeowners get the highest price when selling their home and know that their home is, in fact, going to be sold?
Well, I can tell you, Richard, that there's a lot of doubt that gets built into the real estate process, right? So you go on the traditional market, you get a contract, and then okay, you're going to have to sell your home, you're going to have to move. So you need a destination, right? So some people do it in advance where they pick their house in advance. Some people wait until they go under contract and then they go to their seller at their next destination and go, hey, will you accept my offer contingent on my home selling? And so there's a whole lot of hope that goes on from that point. If the seller accepts the offer, they got to hope their inspection goes. They got to hope the appraisal goes through. They got to hope the buyer's financing goes through. They got to hope the buyer doesn't change their mind on that sale, because then they're going to have to go take that money and buy their next home. So it's an awful lot of hope that happens. And if a home seller has equity, that gives you more options. There are some options where you can actually pull your equity out of your home, go buy your next home first, and then sell your home at your pace. That's probably the lowest stress way to do it. But I would say most people would like to, have a buyer bird in the hand. They're going to go out there and buy their next home next. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. So I think people really need and want certainty. They want to know that their house is going to sell. They want to know that it's not going to fall apart. And they want to know that they can get their home in their next destination. And now that the market has softened a bit, so we have 31% more available homes on the market right now with the same amount of sales as we had a year ago. What that means is there's more inventory and a smaller buyer pool of buyers who can and will buy homes right now. It means that you have to be priced right, right? And if they need their net proceeds to buy their next home, they're kind of in what they call a catch-22. So option number one, of course, is to just sell the home, get it under contract, and hope and pray that the seller of the house that you're buying will accept your contract contingent on this home selling. And we actually do have options where you can not worry about your contingency. There are some sellers that won't accept a sale contingency. It really depends on the strength of the marketing of where you're going. But first of all, you have to have your destination lined up for sure. And we can actually put some protections in place, like, okay, what if I accept a contract and then I haven't found a destination. What am I going to do then? So that's also a bit of stress for home sellers. And we have ways to put things in the contract so that everybody's certain going forward. But if you do make an offer contingent on a home sale, it's probably the most risky because it puts a ton of pressure on you as the seller of your home for that to go well, followed by, that seller on the other end hopefully will accept your offer. But the problem is when it gives you a little bit less negotiating room on the other end because you've got this ball and chain of the house to sell. Now, there are some great special financing programs out there. You can get a home equity line of credit. I just had a home seller do that, and he basically used his paid for house equity, got a line of credit, went and bought his next home in another state. And then when this current home sells, he'll pay that line of credit off. So that's an easy way to do it, and it's a lower stress environment. But there are some programs where you can actually take the equity out of your home now without selling it and without refinancing and without getting a home equity line of credit. And then when you go buy your next home, you have 90 days to actually pay off that. It's basically a lien on your house. So there's other things that you can do to make this work out. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb has the buyer's team and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And what we're talking about right now is how do you get multiple offers when selling a home in general? And then we're also going to go into a little bit of detail about some solutions to sell your house before you buy your next home. So I find that the people that put their house on the market right now in this soft market, if they've done everything right with the 4 Ps, meaning they prepared their home for sale, that the home is in good condition, they picked the right agent, they priced the home properly, and their agent has properly promoted it. And pricing is a key thing. That is the way you get multiple offers. And whenever you have multiple offers, as a home seller, you have more as a home seller, you have more choices and you're more likely to get the most amount of money when it sells. So if you are thinking of making a move and you'd like to talk to us about selling your home, just give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, host of the program, and you can reach her at 719-301-3900. We're talking with Barb about how sellers can trade up to a new home. So, Barb, what are some solutions that you have for people who need to sell a house first before they buy their next home? That classic catch-22 that you talk about.
Well, I would start with giving us a call because we have 66 high net worth cash buyers that will make offers on your home. Typically, when I'm showing up and meeting with home sellers, they have choices already. I'm showing up with a half dozen offers on their home where they could take one of those offers or not. They don't have to take one of those offers. Some are good, some are on the low side, some have high fees, some don't. However, they could also leverage that they have an offer when they go on the market and another buyer comes along and asks me the question, do you have any other offers on the home? I'm going to say, yes, I do. Bring your best and highest offer, because we've got other buyers that have made an offer. So that's really awesome. So when we go on the market, we're in that position of strength. It gives you certainty that you're going to get the most money. Now, there's some people that don't want to deal with people coming through and worrying about the financing failing or worrying about somebody changing their mind. And I have sold those homes pretty darn close to market value for cash with an investor. But if you don't have to sell to perform, you can, of course, buy your next home first and move at your pace. That is the best position to be in. We also have a guarantee to get 100% of market value, or we'll pay you the difference. And we can also guarantee your buyer's home. Did you know, Richard, that about 69% of home buyers out there have the ball and chain of the house to sell, and most agents don't have any solution for that ball and chain. Did you know that?
I did not know that at all, but I'm willing to bet you've got a solution.
Yeah, we do. I mean, if a buyer comes to us and says, hey, we have a house to sell, Mr. Seller, will you take your house off the market and wait for me to sell my home? We could go back to that buyer's house and go, we've got multiple offers on your house. We could guarantee the sale of your home so you could buy this one. So those are the kind of things that we offer that nobody else offers. And so the first thing that we do when we meet is we sit down and we talk about kind of what is the best strategy that works for you. What are your goals? What is your win when you sell your home? And then we go about making that happen. Sometimes people just accept a cash offer because they don't want to have to deal with funding repairs. They don't want to have to deal with all these strangers coming through their house. They might have kids and dogs and cats and critters that is very difficult to round them all up and leave the house during the showings. So sometimes the cash offer is the best thing for some home sellers, and other times they want to maximize their equity. And we have a strategy for that. So we give them tips on what to do and what not to do to get the most money when they sell their home. Plus, we'll go over a range of what their home will sell for, give them a really good idea what their home will sell for and how much they'll put in their pocket when it sells. And then we get started in the process, because our goal is to get our home sellers the most money. So if that interests you, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Barb, you and your team are the only company that I would recommend to people out there who are thinking of selling their home and downsizing to a smaller home. To reach Barb, call her at 719-301-3900. That call will get you to Barb and her team. Barb, let's talk about your hot new listings.
Absolutely. Well, I have a beautiful ranch style. They call it a patio home. It's a detached single family home in Briargate. Great location, spectacular condition, priced in the mid sixes, got a private patio. Perfect downsize home that's big enough for guests and main level living. I have a fantastic home out on Powers Road on 35 acres with a barn. It's a great starter home in the mid threes. I have a fabulous townhome in Briargate, priced at $309,999. Beautiful place with a enclosed private patio and central air. A fantastic home on Crandall down in Fountain, finished basement, beautiful condition, priced in the mid fours. I also have a fabulous home on Rio Road out in Peyton. This thing is on 5 acres. They have 2 adorable goats that come and say hi all the time. It's very, very close to all the shopping right there, priced in the mid fours. Another fabulous home on a Cowie Way. This home is in the mid sixes. It's a gorgeous hobby farm, newer ranch on 5 acres with a barn. And then we have a beautiful home on 1445 Chalet Lane. This is at the edge of Black Forest, priced at $899. It's 4,000 square feet, plus it has a detached RV garage. Really fabulous home if you want privacy in the trees. And then one of my team members has a fabulous home priced at 1.5 million with gorgeous views on McPherson Drive and a couple of great lots. There's one on Mountain Estates Road up in Florissant at 85,000 and 4 lots up on Highway 24. So, and we also have one down on Fountain at 65,000 that's almost 9 acres. So give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You've been listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. If you're thinking of making a move, call Barb and her team at 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. We'll wrap it up for this week. Barb, have a great weekend. Great talking with you. Look forward to next week.
Thank you. Have a fabulous weekend.